The war on drugs was a very sad episode in American history. While it is called the war on drugs, what it really was about was a war to reinforce white supremacy, to repress black people, to repress minorities. And in initiating the war on drugs, police officers would engage in a variety of deceptive behaviors, from planting drugs on minorities, falsely accusing minorities of selling drugs. And even when there were people engaged in illegal activities selling drugs, they would work to amplify the charges, to give them excessive sentencing that they would never give to white people who were involved in the same activities, involved in the same crimes. And not only would police officers plant evidence, they would work to fabricate evidence. They would work to tamper evidence. And unfortunately, the war on drugs escalated the subjugation of minority communities. It escalated prison rates and false arrest rates, and it has a legacy of complete turmoil and destruction. And unfortunately, East Dundee Police Department decided to carry on this brutal legacy of the war on drugs when they fraudulently obtained a warrant to execute against a minority-owned business by the name of Smokehouse, owned by Bilal Husseini. Bilal Husseini, in his business, he was selling lawful hemp merchandise. He maintained certificates of analysis for his products, maintaining that they were less than 0.3 THC. They were at lawful levels of THC. But these police officers did not care. Consistent with the war on drugs and its fabrication of evidence, these officers went to fraudulently obtain a warrant. And in their warrant, they alleged that they saw Mr. Bilal Husseini selling illegal marijuana. No such observation was ever truthfully made, because Mr. Bilal Husseini has never sold illegal marijuana. He has always sold legal hemp, and he has always maintained certificates of analysis verifying the fact that all he sold was legal hemp. These police officers used testing methods that they knew could not adequately distinguish between hemp and marijuana, that could not adequately distinguish between legal hemp and illegal marijuana. But they used these tests on his products to fabricate evidence and to support the notion that he was actually selling illegal marijuana. They executed this warrant, sending at least 15 officers to his place of business, where they began confiscating various products. And not only his legal hemp, but CBD products that are sold at Walgreens, sold at Walmart, sold on the open market. It has even been lauded by Forbes magazine for their transparency in their ingredients. Even when Mr. Bilal Husseini presented them with certificates of analysis verifying the fact that this was all legal merchandise, these particular police officers did not care. They took his products, they seized his merchandise, and even after they indicated in their own reports that all signs point to this being legal hemp, they still decided to pursue criminal charges against him. They still decided to falsely arrest him and to seek to harm his business. Muhammad Law Center is announcing the filing of a lawsuit to hold these police officers responsible for this unlawful raid accountable. And we want to add, because this is very important, we have uncovered white-owned businesses in the same area selling the same exact merchandise as Bilal Husseini. But these white-owned businesses who are selling the same exact merchandise were never subjected to such an aggressive raid, were never had the owners of their business falsely arrested and placed in jail. Why is this the case? Because the war on drugs is not really a war on drugs. It is a war to suppress minorities. And that is what it is about, and that is what these police officers participated in. We will be holding these police officers accountable.